It is another Tecmo Tuesday, and it is time to play the conference championship games. There's two games. We got the AFC Championship, Raiders and Dolphins, and then the NFC Championship, the Giants and the Vikings. So we'll start first with the AFC title game. Not that really we have any kind of a choice. That's how the game operates. You have the first. The first game is always the AFC title game. And there's a lot of history between these two teams. There was the Sea of Hands game back in the, I think it was '74, when the Raiders won on a last-minute drive. And one of the all-time classics. Logan gets a big return, but it's a fumble! Raiders recover. So, big start for the Raiders. I said that, you know, I kind of hitched my wagon to the Raiders just because that's my team. It was disheartening to lose to them in the playoffs. It was disheartening to lose to them twice in the given season. Oh, look at that. Over the defender and dropped anyway. I wondered if the defender interrupted the eyesight there of the receiver. And look at this, is going to get the first down. He just about does. Wow, that was close. You know, in a way, there is a little bit of, I don't know, I guess, liberation from this whole thing. And relief, in a way. I can look at as a consolation the fact that I don't have to stress over these games. I can just enjoy them. Of course, I'd rather be playing the damn thing. I'd rather be in the AFC Championship. And here's Bo Jackson. It's hard to bring him down. It's hard to even get a freaking hand on him. Anyway, you know, yeah, I'd love to be playing in this game, but it is what it is. But it's nice to just be able to just, you know, enjoy the game itself and not have to worry about the outcome too much. This is a huge, you know, of course, losing the Super Bowl is probably the most gut-wrenching feeling in the world at the time. But at the time that happens, you know, it's like the Super Bowl loss. If you lose in the Super Bowl, it's got to feel worse than if you lose in the conference championship. But I think long-term wise, like after you get over everything, I think that, you know, after a couple months or so, I think that the conference, because I've watched my team lose both of those games, the conference title and the Super Bowl, in a span of a few years. And, you know, I think the conference championship game is tougher to digest going forward, because it's like you didn't get there. You came that close to getting there, and even if you lose in the Super Bowl, you still have, you know, you're still immortalized in a way. You know, you're still part of a huge of making it to the big dance. You were there, and if you lose in the conference championship, it's like that's as close as you could possibly get without getting there. And especially for those who never made it. You know, but you do make it to the conference title game. It's a tough pill to swallow. I think somebody along the lines of, you know, guys like Dan Fouts, who never made it to a Super Bowl but did make it to the title game, would trade places any day with Fran Tarkenton, who made it to 3 Super Bowls, never won any of them, but made it there, and he would be more than happy with having to lose 3 Super Bowls but still being able to get there. So that was now we're on to a big, you know, going back to the game here. I spent most of that quarter just yammering, but we're on a 3rd and 3, a big 3rd and 3, 3rd and goal from the 3. Mark Logan takes it into the end zone, so big play there for the Dolphins to tie it up. Well, providing they kick this extra point successfully, and they do. Yeah, really, the only way to miss an extra point in Tecmo is to have it blocked. Or you don't kick it at all, you just don't press the button. In which case, it's basically a block. The guy tackles the holder. Which is funny, it's just to think of the what's basically happening in that situation is the center snaps it, the quarterback, it's the quarterback that's the holder in these games. The quarterback holds it and the kicker just stands there and does not even try to kick it. What a nice jumping catch by Mervin Fernandez. In coverage and everything. And there's Bo again, and once more, you cannot, you can't let him get past you. And a diving tackle attempt did not go through, so another touchdown for the Raiders, and that fumble, because this looks like this could be a shootout, and that fumble at the beginning of the game might come back to haunt the Dolphins when all's said and done. We'll see how true that is. Is Logan trying to make up for what he did the last time? What he did, like as if he went and maliciously fumbled the ball. Trying to, redeem himself. That's what I mean. Oh, shit! Damn. So Smith dropped that one. It's just, it's a revolving door of fumbles for the Dolphins, and Bo is just weaving and bobbing and making people look foolish, as he does. He did that shit to me, that's for sure. And they saw, that they called it that time. They did not want to let Bo run them down again. Big third down here if they can hold him to a field goal, and they will hold him to a field goal attempt as that pass went out of bounds. Might have been a good thing. He was heavily covered. Jeff McJager misses it off the upright. So that was a big bullet dodged by the Dolphins. If they can, oh shit. Everybody and their brother blitzed on that one. But if the Dolphins can manage to score on this drive, that sack really set him back a little bit, but... Oh, look at that. Super duper down the field by himself. See, it's funny. I thought he overthrew the receiver, the one that was behind him, but it was going directly into Duper's hands, and now another blitz, and Marino didn't even have a chance to see it coming. He was in the process of... Oh, no. Oh, man. That's going to really hurt them. That's gonna... It's bad enough that Page is out, but now Marino's out, too. You gotta rely on Scott Mitchell. This is actually really accurate, because Mitchell is a lefty. So the way that the game is, whoever's player 2, the quarterback always looks like a lefty, because the graphic is just rotated, so they always look like they're lefty. So this is gonna be 100% accurate with Mitchell as the quarterback going from right to left. Dolphins aren't going to take any chances. They're going to try a field goal here from Stojanovic. And he misses it too off the upright. Is there a magnet in the ball or some shit in this game? It's the second time balling off the upright. So that will... Oh shit. Is Jackson going to run off at the last second touchdown? No, they caught up to him. That ends the half. That would have been a disaster for the Dolphins. It's already a bad situation for them right now. They're down 7. They're kicking the ball back to LA, and they don't have their starting quarterback or their RB1. Their first running back is out. And it's gonna take some breaks to go their way to in order to come back from this, because get an interception, maybe. There it is! That's exactly what they needed right there. It's just what the doctor ordered. And Miami will take over at the 46. Oh boy. The Raider defense, this is the same shit that was happening to me. They were calling every play, it seemed like, or, you know, at least enough of them. Mitchell dumps it off to Logan, who gets the first down. See, he could have thrown it deep. He had Clayton open in the end zone, but you know, it was a smart move by Mitchell. You know, who's not quite as accurate as Marino. You know, get the sure first down. I'm sure that's what he was thinking. I'm sure that's what the. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll with that. Oh my God, that was a sea of hands in that end zone. Logan takes the handoff. He's got the first down, and he's got the touchdown. So good for Mark Logan. He does redeem himself from that fumble at the beginning of the day. He comes in, and scores a touchdown. So now they gotta play D. And look at that, taking him down at the 5. If they can call one of their plays, you might get a safety here. And there is oh no, that was a handoff right up the middle. That was the safest play to get blitzed on, which might have been why they called it. Which might have been why Miami knew it was coming. Going deep, and it's another pick. Williams with his second INT of the day, and now the Dolphins are in position to, with Scott Mitchell of all people, to drive them to take the lead. Smith takes the handoff for 6. Mitchell in the gun. He's gonna scramble. He's a scrambler. He's got the first down. And with just over 6 minutes left in the game, the handoff goes back to Logan. Picks up a modest 5 yards. Everybody's open. Everybody is wide open. Took too long to throw it. He threw it beyond everybody. So that was they just you just gotta make sure he doesn't turn it over. And he threw it to the one guy who had coverage. So they don't score. They did almost fuck it all up with the turnover. But Stoy was going to make this field goal and take the lead for the first time for the Dolphins. So they got what they needed. They got that turnover, and you know, they got to do it again. They got to continue to play defense. They have the lead here, and it would be quite a comeback story if they can pull it off. Because again, Marino being out really hurts the chances for the Dolphins. Look at that. See, he ran into a brick wall, and he still gets by him. That's Bo Jackson for you. There's double coverage on the on that first receiver. I think that might have been the running back. I'm not sure. Hand off to Jackson. You know he's gonna get you a first down when you need it. Not a big gain, but it was just enough. 4 minutes left in the game. Raiders down 3, but they're threatening to cross over into enemy territory. Schrader back to throw. He's got time. And that pass was blocked. Nice defense there. Big third down here. This is definitely 4-down territory, though. We won't have to worry about it, though, because Jackson picks up the first down. Schrader dumps it off quick and almost gets it picked off. That would have been a heck of a diving interception. And off to Bo. Dolphins' run defense is stepping up here. They're definitely playing a lot better in the second half. than they were in the first half. Their run defense, and obviously the pass defense too, with those picks. The defense in general. This has been the first drive the Raiders have had in the second half where they're actually threatening to score here. Schrader steps up. He's gonna. I don't know why he's running it. He had guys open, but hey, it's still a gain. Hand off. No, it's a play fake. And Schrader's gonna get sacked. He just could not make a decision, and now we're down to another third down. 3rd and 3 in this case. And why not hand it off to Bo? And that is a first down. So they are methodically driving here. Minute 52 to go. If they score a touchdown here, it won't leave Miami with a lot of time. Unless they do it on this play right here, there'll be enough time. And sure enough, Jackson takes it in for the score. That was about as perfect of a drive as you could have drawn up. So this is like shaping up to be the opposite of the Sea of Hands game, where the Dolphins scored with roughly this much time left, or the equivalent of, in real life, and the Raiders were the ones who drove in for the to try to score and for the win at the end of the game. Mitchell, though, is the quarterback, and he had Clayton deep. Instead, he dumped it off to a guy who's blanket. Excuse me, got the burps today. Well, what a catch by Duper. That's one thing that can help you out if you are, a not so great quarterback. If you've got receivers who have high reception stats. Oh, there comes the blitz, and Scott Davis gets the sack. If you got receivers like Clayton and Duper who can jump up and make catches, a lot of times, especially if their physical condition is excellent, they can jump up and make big catches. Mitchell throws. Oh my God, he did not see Clayton down the field. That was the time where you don't take the safe bet, especially when it's 2nd and 20 something or other. He's got to throw it. He's going to get sacked by Townsend. So now it's 4th and 35. You've got to throw deep, and you've got to just launch it. There's no time left. He's going to Clayton. Clayton misses it. Oh, and there's the gun, and that's the game. Holy shit! But that would have been, I don't know if he would have, even if he would have caught that, if he would have been able to. If he would have been able to take it the distance, because he would have had to get up, and there would have probably been enough time for the defense to come in and take him down. So wow, I mean, this was it was a great game, that's for sure. And I gotta say, even with Mitchell having having to step in for Marino, Dolphins hung in there. The big stat, oh look at that, 208 yards rushing, 177 of it for Bo Jackson. Marcus Allen really didn't really get a whole lot. Even Schrader got a few yards rushing. He didn't pass it well though. Only 25 yards and at 12%. I think that catch by Mervin Fernandez was the only completion, maybe. It was not a good day in the passing game for the Raiders, but they made up for it with. In fact, yeah, it was Mervin. He one catch for 25, and that's all of the yardage that Schrader had in the air. So. He might have had, he might have almost had as much yards rushing as he did passing. It's pretty bad. Marino out-threw him and didn't even play for nearly as, I think just about over a half. No, it wasn't even, they didn't even play, he didn't even play a full half. Anyway, so Raiders are going to the Super Bowl, and the Dolphins are going home. And there it is, the sequence there with, Raiders declared as the AFC champions. So who are they going to play, though? Is it going to be the Giants? Or is it going to be the Cinderella Vikings? Because these Vikings were, they were part of that horrific NFC Central that I was harping on and giving shit to all season. But here they are in the NFC Championship. They beat the Saints. They obliterated the Saints. And then they upset the San Francisco 49ers, who were the odds-on favorite to win everything. So here we go. And it's a fumble to start off with, but the Giants hang on to it. Mark Bavaro is Johnny on the spot. Wow. So that's the second time it's in both conference games where there was a fumble on the opening kickoff return. And then look at this, though. Anderson's going to follow it up and make the Vikings pay for not recovering by taking it all the way to the fucking 3-yard line. Damn. Old man Otis rumbling, bumbling, and stumbling. Oh, but look at this. The Vikings swarm in for the tackle on that one. So it's 2nd and goal from the 10. They do the draw to Meggett, who escapes some damage there, but it's going to be 3rd and 9. Handoff to Anderson, and the defense comes in to take him down. So the Giants stayed on the ground for all that and came up just short, so they'll have to settle for a Matt Barr field goal, and they strike first, 3-0. There's Herschel Walker, who was part of that infamous trade from Dallas, which set up their dynasty. Herschel Walker actually had, I don't know if he played 1 or 2 years for the Giants, you know, at the back end of his career. Look at Carter down the field. Big catch, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown. That's the other Carter. And the late Wade Wilson with the touchdown pass. See if Mega hangs onto the ball this time. They tried to get him. Oh, look at this! He's breaking free, and they take him down at the 37, 38-yard line. 37. Sims with the play fake. Yeah, they trust him to throw, and it's gonna be Stephen Baker, the touchdown maker. They strike right back. A lot of that was on the was set up by the big return by Meggett. And it's 10-7. More offense in this game than you might expect, but you know, if there's one thing that we've learned watching these games and playing these games is that you don't, you know, you gotta expect the unexpected. And here's Carter, who was the hero in the last drive, making another big reception. There was a lot of yak on that play. That's yardage after the catch. Play fake. Oh, he threw that one. He was not. That was mistimed there. It was like a stop and go, but Wilson threw it where he would have been if he had just ran a go route, and that cost him because now the Giants have the ball and the lead. There was a big drop, a sack there though, so the Vikings can possibly get out of the jail here. Oh, the flea flicker. A nice block. Now the defense is starting to show up. Here's Lewis on the return. Hand off to Fenny for 7. You know, there's 2 different possibilities here for the Super Bowl. It'll either be Raiders and Giants or Raiders and Vikings, and either way, there's, you know, a backstory that you can go with for either one of them. One of them is legit. Raiders and Vikings played in the in what was the Raiders' first Super Bowl win back in '76. And it was also the last time the Vikings made it to a Super Bowl. And if it's Raiders and Giants, then that's, I mean, there's no real history there, but it's personal history. It's my team versus my stepfather's team. My stepfather was very instrumental in me getting into football, as I had mentioned in previous videos, and they never. I remember there was that one time in 2000 where they almost did play in a Super Bowl, and that was a wide right. Fwad did not cash in on the opportunity to tie the game. And OJ's gonna make some people miss. There's some diving misses there, and the Giants have a chance to really pull ahead here. And a touchdown in coverage. It wasn't the, you know, the coverage got there late, and Stephen Baker, the touchdown maker, with his second touchdown of the day. It's a 10-point lead now. The Vikings are gonna, they're not gonna have a lot of time to work with here. Oosh, that was dangerous. But if they can get enough yardage, there's not a lot of time, but if they can get a big play or two, they might have time to kick a field goal, and that will, they're not going to get it by having Wilson scramble up the middle for 12 yards. And it's also, handing it off to Herschel Walker is not going to cut it either. So that is the half. Again, that's the AI of Tecmo's computer teams. They don't always make a lot of sense. And it can benefit you. It can benefit you when you're playing against the computer. But when it's computer versus computer, then it's just like, it's a couple of idiots making bad decisions. He's going deep. Oh! That was an overthrow. Wilson's had a couple of those overthrows today. One of them was an interception. That was a nice, a safe toss out to Walker in the flat, and he picks up a first down and then some with it. So that was a play that, you expect maybe you get 6 yards. You end up getting a lot more, and here's Carter with a touchdown to follow it up. So the Vikings, both teams have had touchdowns scored by the same receiver. Baker scored both touchdowns for the Giants, and Carter scored both touchdowns for the Vikings. Difference in the game right now, Fwad Revase's missed field goal. That is the difference. The Vikings can't let the Giants score a touchdown on this drive. They won't be, out of the game technically, but it will be hard to manage. It was a nice block. Sims in the gun to Baker again. That is tight coverage once more. And he's short of the first down. So here we go. Big third down. Really, the only way to stop this really is if they get the, if it's a pass. Now they're going to pitch it over to Meggett, and he's got the first down. And he's going to score. Look at this. He's going to go all the friggin' way here if they don't catch up to him. They did, but it's, oh man, the damage has been done. They got to hold him to a field goal in this one. Play fake. Sims is gonna run it. He said, "Screw it. You know, I've thrown to Baker enough. I'm gonna get some points of my own." And oh, look at that! 2 Vikings take Sims down to the ground well after he's in the end zone. That's fucked up. But it's a 10-point lead, and the Giants are in really good shape right now. So we're just about at the edge of the third quarter. Also with the play fake, and oh man, yeah, that play hasn't worked. That play, it was closer that time, but he still had to dive out for it and just couldn't make the catch. Oh man, that was off too. That was off, but even worse. I thought that was going to the. And look at this. Now that one's a pickoff by Greg Jackson. That was a bad sequence there for Wade Wilson. 2 overthrows. Well, actually, yeah, they're both overthrows, and then 1 interception right into coverage. So the Giants could put the dagger in here on this possession. They gotta hold them to 3 to stay within a 2-score game, and even after that, it's gonna be tough. But Meggett's gonna score a touchdown, and that is probably gonna ice it. Meggett made up for his fumble. So in both games on the fumble that on the opening kickoff, both of those running backs would go on to score touchdowns. Look at that nice block there. It was they almost poured in for a safety. See, that's one of the Tecmo rules that doesn't make any sense. On a kickoff, you can get safety in the end zone if you don't come out of it. That's just not right. It's not real. And I'm speaking of safety, it was almost a safety. And Wilson completes it to Fenny. While with all those defenders in his face, it seems like he's thrown better with under pressure than he has been without the pressure. Oh man, they're not going to let Herschel go anywhere there. And Jones is gonna run this reverse. You know, it's that play worked a couple of times in the divisional round, but it didn't really get anywhere that time. Jones makes the catch this time for a first down, but excuse me. You know, they're just matriculating the ball down the field. There's not enough urgency. They gotta make plays fast here. I mean, even if it was 31-21, and, you know, it's like I'd say, you know, you gotta get more than this. You gotta get like 20 yards at least each play. Because you're down 3 scores. Unless you're just playing for pride at this point. But, you know, you can't think of it that way. You gotta be going for the, you know, you gotta keep your foot on the gas. And another pick, and that's Jackson again. 2 interceptions for him. He's been the defensive MVP, that's for sure. I will say this, the Vikings were resilient in these playoffs. The second half, things really fell apart for them in this game. But, see, even when the ball goes right to the defender, they can't pick it off. So when things go right, they go right, but they go wrong, they just go wrong. So that was a stop. I think that was the first stop of the game. I don't know. They've held him to a punt before. They've held him to a punt before. It doesn't seem like it though. Like that was a long time ago. It seems like. So here it is, last minute of the Vikings season. It will be the Giants and the Raiders in the Super Bowl. And Gary Reasons with the sack. Steve Jordan from Brown University. You know, Wilson might have more passing yards than Phil Simms in this game, though, just because they've thrown it a lot more, and so many of the Giants' yards are from uh, Anderson and Meggett. Going to Jordan deep, and he makes the diving catch. Yeah, but they take him down at the 3, just to keep them out of making it a more respectable looking score at the end of the game. It wasn't a bad game. Oh yeah, Wilson definitely outthrew Simms as far as yardage goes. No, and percentage, but did have 3 interceptions. And a lot of that was desperation passing, you know. But I mean, there was a lot of there's just too much OJ and Meggett. 190 yards rushing for the 2 of them. Well, the 2 of them plus Simms. Simms even ran it for. He might have ran more than Rick Fenny did for the Vikings. And you know, Wilson ran it a few times. So 41 yards rushing for them only as a team. Anthony Carter was the one bright spot really for the Vikings. Besides, you know, Wilson did have some good yardage, but you know, it's those interceptions. They were bad. There was a series of overthrows that looked pretty rough, and of course, you know, at the end of the day, when you lose 31-14, it's not the good. So we now have, there it is, the Giants are the NFC champions. Congratulations to them. And we now know it will be the Raiders and the Giants in the Super Bowl. So what's gonna happen? So next week we'll do the what's the Super Bowl as the part of the the season 1 finale. But I'll also throw in a bonus game. There'll be a Pro Bowl, and you know, in the game there is an AFC All-Star team that is there by default, but the thing is you can go in and change the players. You can set up your own AFC or NFC. Basically, it's customized teams, except you have to have one of all AFC and one of all NFC. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back through the leaders, the league leaders, and throughout the season and compile a Pro Bowl based off of different parameters. I have it all mapped out. It's like a point system, like one for each stat, or meaningful stat. So like, well, it wouldn't be the league leader, but the AFC leader, I would look through the quarterback rating, their yards, their completions, touchdowns, and I would assign a point value based on how high you finish, and that would be the determining factor in selecting the quarterbacks, for example, and running backs, same thing, how many rushing yards, touchdowns, etc. And um, and then yeah, I'll do the same thing. That one I'll also simulate. I don't really want to have a direct influence over that, even though I might have some Colts. I probably won't have any Colts actually in the Pro Bowl. They didn't have exactly spectacular stats, except for Ron Stark, the punter. I'm almost certain he'll be the punter for the AFC. But whatever, that's gonna be next week's video. Will be the Super Bowl and the Pro Bowl, and then the week after that, I'll I'll do the highlight reel for the Colts season, the second half of the season, and announce the what the season 2 is going to be, how the format of it, what team I'm going to be, etc., etc. And so, yep, that's the way it is. Next week, it's going to be Raiders Giants Super Bowl, and we'll go from there. So until then, we'll see you around.